Yeah.
The Big Show with Glenn and Angel on Kiss 92.
Good morning.
Sometimes getting out of bed in the morning is a lot to deal with all at once.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome to the biggest and best breakfast show in the world. We are The Big Show, Glenn and Angel, and today we are happy to have an AI engineer from AI Singapore. He is Samuel Tong. Good morning, Sam.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Wow, you've got a voice for radio, Samuel.
You do have a voice for radio. Yeah, but Singapore needs you in other ways.
Yes.
And I think AI is definitely very, very important. It is the future.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is the now because, even your phones, everything is AI ready, I would have to say. I use AI quite a bit. I'm a sustainable advocate. I don't want to say I use AI a bit because it's so water intensive, but can we escape AI?
No, for sure, because AI is just advancing so rapidly right now, and you see AI everywhere. Like we talk about like Netflix, like movie recommendations.
Right.
They are all AI behind it, and it's all everything you see around in the web right now. They all utilize AI in different ways.
Yeah, I'm saying it's the future because this is just the beginning.
Yeah, for sure.
It is just the beginning.
So you talk about Netflix. Before it was like, oh, if I watch too many of these movies, the algorithm is going to show me what to watch. Is that the same thing?
Yes.
So it's just algorithm renamed, almost? A little bit more than that.
A little bit more than that, yeah.
Okay. How did you get into AI?
Because you look so young. You look like you're, 15 years old.
17?
Okay, 17.
Thank you. I started my career in a non-technical role. I was an auditor. I graduated with an accountancy degree.
Okay.
So as an auditor, I was frequently required to do like data analysis, and I kind of got like very interested into tech and how tech can help to speed up your work processes and stuff. I went on to take on a master's degree in data analysis and data science. After that, I graduated. I went on to CPF to do a data analysis.
Okay.
After that, fast forward a few years later, I co-founded a startup with a couple of friends, and that was when I started to learn a bit more about software engineering, how to build web applications, how to build a system to make it scale. And at that point in time, I had skills in data analysis, data science, software engineering. But I wasn't really great in them. I really wanted to find a way to kind of marry them together. And that was when I found out about the AI apprenticeship program at AI Singapore.
Oh,
Right.
okay, okay.
So I graduated from the program. And 9 months later, I was fortunate to be offered a full-time position as an AI engineer at AI Singapore.
Wow, nice.
Wonderful.
Okay.
I didn't even know you guys are called AI engineers. Right?
Yeah.
But for anyone who wants to learn more about AI, where do they go?
AI Singapore for sure.
Okay, so the website is learn.aisingapore.org. You can go check it out right now.
Yeah, that's like a 4-hour introductory course about all the basics about AI. And if you think you like that, then there are paid courses that you can continue with.
All right, let's continue to talk to Samuel Tong, AI engineer from AI Singapore on The Big Show TV. Meantime, here's Max Allais with When the Party Ends on Kiss 92.
So Samuel, you mentioned you were in auditing, data analysis and all that. So has AI taken all those jobs?
Not entirely.
Okay.
But for sure in the future, we can foresee that AI is going to play an important role in these jobs. Yeah, so therefore, I think it's kind of important for us to kind of get an awareness of what AI is about. Even if you're from a non-technical role, it is still important to kind of know how it can affect your life.
Yeah. Because I feel like kids nowadays, they do courses, but then I feel like some of these courses will be taken over by either robots or artificial intelligence and stuff like that. Are there any jobs that you can foresee not being taken over by AI?
Well, I guess in general, AI ultimately is just a tool.
Yeah.
Just like how I always like to compare AI to a calculator. Right, a calculator is just a tool. Once you master it, you're able to use its results to help you make better decision making. But ultimately, it all requires human judgment to kind of understand whether this result is reliable, whether it's useful, and whether in the end, is it something that you want to use it?
Like go forward with and stuff.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
Are you afraid, Angel?
I
Are you
don't know.
afraid that AI will take over your job one day?
No. Nobody can replace me. But what people are afraid of, I think, like some of the naysayers of AI, right? The ones that don't want to embrace it say, there's data privacy, there's all that information that goes out. One day AI will control the world because you can already see it starting to do things on your phone on its own without you even saying anything. So should we be afraid? I mean,
Well, no, I don't think
Okay.
so because ultimately it's just a tool, right? You still need like a human to build these tools, and if we do put in like safety controls in
Yeah.
place, and I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be okay.
so it's all
Yeah.
down to the people who build it.
Correct.
And what
Yeah.
they build it for.
Yes.
Okay.
So Samuel, how good are we here in Singapore when it comes to AI? How much faster are we going compared to maybe our neighboring countries?
I think it's pretty encouraging that we start to see a lot more companies in Singapore trying to adopt more AI in their processes. For example, back in AI Singapore, we have this program that's called a 100E program, 100 Experiments program, where we collaborate with companies to help to implement AI solutions in their business processes. And so we start to see a lot more companies doing more AI stuff in Singapore. So that's really encouraging.
Okay. Tell us what a day in the life of an AI engineer looks like. I mean, you go in, what do you guys do? How do you guys make things better? Or just walk us through a day.
First thing in the morning, he does a radio interview.
I get a coffee in the morning. Well, the first thing that we do every day, so it depends day to day, right?
Yeah.
It depends on the projects that we're working on. But most of the time, we do a lot of research and experimentations. So it's very interesting because our team, every Thursday we have this research meeting, kind of like imagine after lunch, a bunch of engineers just sit down together, and then we talk about like what's the latest research I've read about, what are the different implementations that we can do, and how we can incorporate that back in AI Singapore or some of the platforms that we are building on right now. On top of that, we also do there's this support portal that we have for some of our platforms. One in particular is called the AIAP Foundation platform. It is a platform that targeted at users who are new in their learning journey of AI. So there's this support portal that we allow people to come in with their queries, like any technical questions that they have, any bugs that they may have found, any feature suggestions. So we do a lot of collaboration with our engineers to identify what are some of these bugs or features that they want to implement, and then we plan it out and we do our engineering work. So most of our time is coding and engineering and collaborating.
And sitting down and like
sitting down a lot.
I feel like, you know what, no, we should collaborate, as in the big show here.
Yeah.
We should collaborate
Use
with
AI,
you and AI
right?
Singapore, right? And see what we can do to stand out.
to improve
A little bit
yeah.
more from all the other radio shows, right?
Yeah.
By incorporating AI into the show.
Don't say it on air because we need to keep this a secret. Don't mention what your ideas
But you know,
are.
at this point in time, I don't know. I don't have any ideas,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, maybe we can sit down and we can discuss, right?
That's what the thinkers are for,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know what AI is capable of. Like,
But what do you think? I mean,
is it possible?
Is it possible for AI to be incorporated in a really good way on our show?
For sure. Just let me think of some examples. So I'm not really sure about how video works, but based on my own assumption, when you want to queue up like music and stuff, music recommendation could be something that you can implement.
Yeah.
There's a 7-second rule thingy
Yeah.
where you have to press the button.
The
Maybe
delay.
you can use an AI to help you to filter stuff out.
Oh, right. To sort of pick up
Oh.
on things,
And
right?
You mean live?
It's live, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's gets rid of a few people's jobs already. I can already think of that, like music and this and that and button pressing and stuff, you know. But it does it quicker.
Does it quicker.
AI is quicker than the human finger, right? Yeah, that's
Wow.
interesting. Are there any areas in our lives where AI is used? I mean, that we don't really think about, you know, because you spoke about Netflix, and I thought, okay, that's just algorithms, you know. To the lay person, don't really think about that. But there are other areas that AI is used.
Yeah, I guess like let's say in the finance industry,
Yeah.
people use AI to do fraud detection.
Oh,
So other
okay.
credit card fraud, sometimes you receive notification and you
Right.
say that like this transaction could be flagged as fraudulent.
That's interesting, actually.
can talk
okay, hold
about
on.
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
She'll ask you that question again when we go on it.
We're going back on it.
Okay.
And I'll write your name.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the MCE towards the AYE after the Marina Coastal Drive entrance, look out for a broken down vehicle. Also on the ECP towards the city before the Still Road South exit. Congestion all the way back to the East Coast Car Park H exit. Avoid lane 1. An accident has been spotted. And there's also that one other accident that was messaged in from Charles. A 3-car accident along the ECP. This is heading towards the city after the Laguna flyover. Please avoid lane 1. For anything else, 885550
Good morning and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV right here on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place. Our guest for this morning is AI engineer from AI Singapore, Samuel Tong. Good morning once again, Samuel. And I just want to let everyone know that there is a national AI program that was launched by the National Research Foundation of Singapore. You can log on to learn.aisingapore.org. Everyone, let's learn more about AI.
Yeah, they have an introductory 4-hour course just to get you the introduction into AI to see if you really like it and you really want to learn more than their paid courses as well. So Samuel, you mentioned earlier on The Big Show TV that platforms like Netflix and obviously Amazon, Max and all that are already obviously using AI to give you film recommendations and stuff. But what other industries or areas in our lives is AI being used that we may not be aware of?
Well, I guess one example would be in finance, in banks, where sometimes we receive notification in our phones to say that this transaction is being flagged as fraudulent. So there's a whole mechanism behind it to use AI to help to detect fraudulent transactions in credit card as well.
How hard is it to build a program like that? I mean, you're an AI engineer. Does it take a long time?
It depends. I guess like in big institutions where you have massive amount of data, definitely it take a lot of time to build an AI. In fact, most of the time that we spend building AI is cleaning the data. The data is massive and it could be really messy or it could just be not readily available. And sometimes we have to put mechanisms in place to get some of the data that we need in order for us to train our models, our AI models. One interesting thing is that a lot of people don't really consider is that to train an AI model, you need a massive amount of good data, right? And if it happens, if you heard of the term like rubbish in, rubbish out. So if you train like a model with like flawed data, what comes out of it will be biased, unfair, and inaccurate. So that's not something that we want, especially if you use it for something that's critical.
That's just like spring cleaning your home before Chinese New Year, right? It's like you get rid of all the old stuff, the old dirty stuff, and then you bring all the new stuff in, reorganizing and stuff.
right.
Funny, when you say AI model, I'm thinking about the AI models I see on Instagram, It's like, for a lot of people, they're quite confused. I mean, AI, everyone knows is artificial intelligence, right? But then it can be used in so many ways, right? So how come there are like, AI, let's say fitness models or whatever? There was one time I came across, a model, I was like, whoa, she's rather pretty. And I realized, no,
She's not real.
She's not real.
Yeah.
So, what's going on?
Well, this AI is called generative AI, where you use AI to generate like images, text. ChatGPT is one example of generative AI, like generate text on the go. So it's just how advanced AI is getting, right?
It's just so amazing that, as I mentioned, AI is used in so many ways.
Yeah.
Which is why I think some people are also a bit confused. It's like AI. I thought it was just like on your phone. It helps you to do stuff.
Yeah.
But how come it's like
Everywhere.
You watch like certain videos on Instagram and you see some of your favorite celebrities, but it's not really them.
I mean, brands are using AI models now or generative models now as their faces.
Yeah, exactly.
So people don't actually have to fly there and
Yeah.
film there, and all the location.
Right.
and
So
stuff.
if someone would ask you to define artificial intelligence, in another way, is there another definition to it that will make people understand AI a little bit better?
That's a great question. I guess from a technical viewpoint, AI, machine learning, they are just algorithms
Right.
under the hood. And under these algorithms is just math, linear algebra, calculus, and probabilities. You know how back in school you learn about math and you don't know like why
Yeah.
do I learn this? But now we have
Then now
bit
you're
of-
putting it to good use.
I think some people feel intimidated,
Yeah.
by AI. So for the people, we're encouraging to learn more about AI at learn.aisingapore.org. What can you say to make them feel assured that, look, it's not going to be, rocket science. It's just a beginner's course.
Well, a lot of our apprentices at AI Singapore, they come from different backgrounds. I myself came from like accounting. So AI itself is an interdisciplinary field. You don't need to be tech per se to be in AI. You just need to know what AI is about, how you can implement AI tools in your everyday life to increase your efficacy in your daily lives. But if you do want to get into tech, like be AI engineer and be the one who built the tools, of course you do need a bit of like tech,
coding and stuff,
for
yeah.
sure. But that is something that you can pick up on your own.
On your way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so curious now. I really want to,
I do. I
learn
want to
more.
do this course. Yeah, for sure.
Learn.aisingapore.org. Let's continue to talk to Samuel on The Big Show TV. It's 8:21.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you by
I want to talk about sustainability.
Okay.
Because I use AI, and as I mentioned earlier, I am a huge sustainability advocate, right? I will not carry a plastic bag. I will save water. I'll do this and that, but I won't.
She used to
have-
get on my nerves all the time when I first met her.
Now he's used to it.
Yeah.
But I don't have any qualms in going to ChatGPT, opening up, and doing some of my work. But in the back of my mind, I know that these massive servers that need lots of water to cool them down every time I hit enter in ChatGPT. So what do you have to say to people who you think should not fight it, embrace it, but get over that whole water that's needed, or you can't say anything? Is it true that so much water is needed to cool down the servers?
I think that's true. One of the biggest hurdles in AI right now is because there is a need for a massive amount of computing power.
Yeah.
So especially when you're training like a huge AI, you will need like when you're trying to scale it to millions of users, for example, things such as like energy costs, electricity costs, speed, all these things. It requires a lot of energy. And
The
this
faster it is, the more energy.
That's right. Yeah. So unfortunately, right now, that's what it is. But there are people out there right now trying to find ways to see how we can reduce the energy intake of training an AI model. So hopefully in the future, we will see AI not being so
Energy intensive.
That's right.
Yeah. I guess because it's quite new as well, there will always be solutions to it
Right.
in the end, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What?
All you sustainability people. Is
But
like,
it's
yo,
true though.
You guys
I mean-
think about everything, right?
I didn't come up with that idea. No, because
No. But
yeah,
it's good to be aware.
yeah, and it's good that there are people working around the clock and behind the scenes to try and make it more and less energy intensive in that matter.
But unlikely, I think.
No, I think it will happen. I think with AI becoming more common, it will be solved.
Right.
It will be solved. Yeah.
Okay. This whole sustainability issue, I think the most important thing, and that's the reason why I think it's always good to have someone like Angel,
That's right.
on the show, is because, she reminds people about it, because it's so easy for us to forget.
Yeah.
In our daily lives, there are so many other priorities and all that, but this is always, it's not really a priority. So we need people to remind other people.
Yeah.
Be aware.
That's why I'm ignoring Samuel's plastic bottle as
Yeah,
well.
I was thinking about that.
Just as you took it.
Oh my God, she is when it comes
I'm
to like
terrible.
plastic
Yeah,
bottles.
oh my god, I cannot carry a plastic bag anymore. I ache. I would rather buy a recyclable bag at the supermarket than use a plastic bag.
No, I will argue with her all the time. I use plastic bags all the time. I don't care. But plastic bottles, I won't.
You won't touch.
I won't drink water in front.
Okay, so why should everyone embrace AI, or not should everyone embrace AI? I suppose.
Well, AI is definitely a great tool for you to increase your work efficiency, efficacy, and everything. But on top of that, AI is so prevalent right now. So in order for us to be, at the forefront, to keep ourselves in the loop of what's going on, it's definitely useful for us to know what AI is about, how do we use it, and in order to keep ourselves in the loop,
Don't get left behind. What about at home though? I mean, we talk about AI being in our computers, in our phones, and our TVs, at work, data analysis and all that. Is there a lot of AI at home that we may not know about? I mean, I feel like my Xiaomi appliances as well, I can control them all from my phone and all that. Is there AI involved in that as well?
For some of
things like
these
that?
appliances,
Yeah.
they do have AI in them. I think we talk about Netflix just now.
Yeah.
So Netflix is one example. Spotify, for example, is also one. A lot of these apps, they do use AI to try and recognize user behavior so that they can recommend certain things to you. Even advertisements that you see on like
Yeah.
YouTube and stuff, there's the AI algorithms behind them. So I guess like having an understanding of AI will allow you to appreciate more of what's going on behind the scenes,
Right.
so that you can kind of know that this is something that's being targeted towards me because of certain things I've done, because of some of my behaviors.
But what about
Right.
things like safety, like data safety? Because our phones are always listening. Our computers are always listening. Is there a way for us to protect ourselves?
Well,
Do we switch off certain things in our tech to be able to not have that done?
well,
Or is there no way?
I think that ultimately it all these ultimately we have to practice like our day-to-day
Yeah. Safety precautions and stuff.
precautions, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. On
Take
our
the
own.
necessary steps.
Yeah.
Change your passwords.
Change your passwords.
Okay, we're going for a traffic update and then one last talk set when we go back on air.
So kiss me.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On Lornie Viaduct towards Lornie after the Bishan flyover, avoid the left lane. An accident has just been reported. Also on the PIE towards the airport after the KJE, a vehicle has broken down. Wherever you are this morning, stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. We have been speaking to AI engineer Samuel Tong. He is from AI Singapore, and we're learning a little bit more about AI. And we want you to learn as well by logging on to learn.aisingapore.org. Don't be left behind.
Yeah, for
AI
sure.
is the now. AI is the future.
Like I was mentioning on this Learn AI Singapore website, there is AI for Everyone, which is the introductory course, which takes 4 hours. Then they go on to having literacy in AI, foundations in AI, all sorts of paid courses that you can get into if you still find yourself interested.
And that's good. 4 hours only.
4 hours is good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we spend 4 hours binging on Netflix shows sometimes.
Yep, no
Might as well
issues.
learn a little bit more about AI, right?
Yeah, yeah. And so many companies these days are investing more money in learning and training for their employees to learn AI as well.
Yeah. So, for example, if we wanted to incorporate AI into our radio station, do we outsource this by getting an engineer from the outside, or is it better to employ someone to take care of our AI needs?
Well, I guess if the company is kind of new to AI, it would be great to first probably outsource it to someone who is more like who has the knowledge to do so.
Right.
And eventually, when you have the capabilities, like you have the AI model that you want to maintain and stuff, then you probably would have to have your own in-house staff to help you to maintain this.
Right. And this would be our technical team probably who will have to go and go for these courses.
Training and
That's
stuff. Yeah.
right. That's right. And
I
that's-
definitely want to take this course.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm taking courses. as well.
Learn.aisingapore.org. You need to get a computer first. And then you can learn the course. Am I right though?
Correct. No, it's not that I don't have a computer. She just complicates matters. There's a reason why I don't have a computer right now. Okay. But anyway, okay. Thank you very much, Samuel, for joining us today. It's been such a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much.
Samuel.
Thank you very much. And everyone, remember, okay, don't be left behind. Learn.aisingapore.org if you've always wondered, what is AI? And you want to find out more. Once again, learn.aisingapore.org. Thank you so much, Samuel.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Up next, Gym Class Heroes. This is Cupid's Chokehold on Kiss 92.
Ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da.